All right, today we're diving deep into a masterclass on market strategy. We're going to crack open the playbook for one of the most complex markets on the planet, the Indian pharmaceutical industry. It's a maze, it's chaotic, but what if there's a clear path to not just survive, but to actually dominate? Well, we're about to break down exactly how it's done. And this is really the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, think about it. You've got literally millions of pharmacies, competition around every corner, and margins so thin you could slice paper with them. It's a huge puzzle, so where do you even begin to build a strategy that works? Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, you have to understand the battlefield. In the Indian pharma market isn't some big open field. Oh no, it's more like a sprawling, chaotic city with a massive network of distributors, stockists, and countless individual chemists and clinics. Everyone's got their own thing going on. It seems like pure chaos, but here's the secret. Hidden inside all that complexity is the real opportunity. Now we get to the absolute heart of any winning strategy. You have to know your customer. And I don't just mean a vague idea. I mean you have to get really specific. Who are the actual people making the decisions on the ground? And more importantly, what are the problems that are actually keeping them up at night?
So let's meet our first key customer, the local retail medical shop. You know, the small, owner-operated pharmacy probably right down the street from you. Their goal is pretty simple. They need to sell high-margin generics to keep the lights on and the cash flowing. But their number one nightmare? Dead stock. I mean, that is literally their cash just dying on the shelf. So what do they want more than anything? A reliable supplier who gives them good deals. It's that simple.
Now, let's switch gears and look at the clinics. The whole picture changes here. For doctors and specialists, the currency isn't just about profit, it's about trust. They need brands they can rely on, at prices that don't jump around, because their biggest fear is a patient walking away unhappy. They are just so tired of juggling a dozen different unreliable vendors. All they really want is one supplier they can truly count on. And that brings us to the hospitals. Now, these are a completely different animal. Here, everything runs on process, on committees, on compliance. Their core need is a massive, steady supply of products, and their absolute worst fear is that supply chain breaking. A disruption is a catastrophe. So they aren't looking for a quick deal. They crave predictability. They want a long-term partner. Okay, so let's recap. We've met our three key players: the margin-hungry retailer, the trust-focused clinic, and the process-driven hospital. Now, you can't be everything to everyone, right? Especially when you're trying to break into a market. So the big strategic question becomes, where do you focus your energy for the biggest, fastest win? And you know what? The data makes this choice crystal clear. Just take a look. You might think the giant hospitals are the prize, but you'd be wrong. The real strategic bullseye, where you should aim all your firepower, is the retail shops and the small clinics. The playbook is simple. Go where you can win and win fast. So, why them? Well, this quote nails it. Think about it. With these smaller players, you're talking directly to the owner, not some faceless committee. Decisions get made in a day, not a month. Business is built on relationships, and a good margin, that gets their attention right away. This is the sweet spot where a new, nimble company can literally run circles around the slow-moving giants. Okay, so we've locked in our target customer. But now, for the what? What are we going to sell them? You can't just throw the entire catalog at them and hope something sticks. No, the next layer of strategy is all about picking the right products, the ones that solve their biggest problems and make you the partner they just can't live without. And the report gives us a super focused, three-step product plan. Number 1, generics for chronic conditions like diabetes or blood pressure. That's your steady, reliable, repeat business, your bread and butter. Number 2, surgical supplies that get used all the time. And number 3, this is a really smart one, something called PCD medicines. Basically, this model gives you exclusive rights to sell certain products in a given area. That is a massive advantage. All right, we've got our who and we've got our what. Now for the fun part, the how. How do you actually get this plan off the paper and into the real world? How do you engage these customers and win them over? Let's open up the tactical playbook. The strategy is a 4-part attack. For your channels, it's a smart mix of old-school sales reps on the ground and new-school tools like WhatsApp. For tactics, you give them what they want, great margins and a rock-solid promise of fast delivery. You build real relationships with regular check-ins and even help with expired stock. And you keep them loyal by giving them priority on supply and other incentives. And if you had to boil this entire strategy down to a single powerful sales pitch, this is it. This one phrase right here speaks directly to every single fear and frustration we talked about. This isn't just a tagline, it's a promise. It's the solution they've been waiting for. So, let's pull all these threads together. Let's zoom out. What's the fundamental idea driving this entire strategy? What is the core mindset, the philosophy that you absolutely have to embrace if you want to win here? It all comes down to these 4 pillars. 1. Win on reliability. Don't just be the cheapest, be the most dependable. 2. Focus everything on the retailers and small clinics first. They're your way in. 3. Build that loyalty. Make it hard for them to leave by offering smart credit and products that just fly off their shelves. And 4, maybe the most important, position yourself as their partner, someone invested in their success, not just another supplier trying to make a sale. And that brings us to the final big thought. This whole strategy is really a bet on one core idea, that reliability beats a low price every single time. And it leaves us with a really powerful question that goes way beyond just this one market. In a world that is completely obsessed with finding the lowest price, is that just a temporary advantage? When it comes to building a business that actually lasts, is reliability everything? Something to think about.